Let's see. And then I had to get my appendix out in like a freak thing on 4/20 of 2018. So 4/20 of this year will go down in history for me. I was like watching a movie. I need to like continue to get ready and not just like sit here and talk to you guys, even though it's like super fun. I was watching a movie with my hallmates, and we were watching Get Out, which is a great movie. I really did enjoy it, and I thought it brought a light to a lot of things that were going on in society. But anyway, we were watching that. I'm going to take this Tarte blush. Just wait, pause. I'm going to take this Tarte blush, and it's in the shade Monarch. And we were watching it, and I remember turning to my friend and saying, hey, like, I really don't feel very good. And like we had gone down and gotten like milkshakes before that, and I was like, maybe it's like a milkshake, like maybe I'm just like, you know, like when you get so full that it hurts. I thought that was happening to me, and I was like, you know, like I really don't feel good. Do you mind like if you just grab me some like water and like the trash can really quick? I'm super sorry. Like in the middle of the movie I was telling this, and he was like, yeah, of course, like I'll get you like the trash can, because I literally felt like I was gonna throw up. And look, I'm going to take this beauty right here. It's amazing. It's so good. I love it so much. With the little brush that it comes with when you order it on Morphe.com. And he like brought it over to me, and he was like, are you sure you're okay? And I was like, I think I'm going to be fine. Like I'm just going to try to focus on the movie, you know, and like try to take my mind off of it. Oh, the highlight is popping. And he was like, okay, just like let me know. And I was like, okay. So we finished the movie, really awesome, stellar movie. I went back to my room. It was like 1 a.m., which is like a normal time for me to go to sleep, because I didn't have class until like 11, I think. And I went back to my room, took my makeup off, brushed my teeth, put my sweats on, you know, cash, and I got in my bed, and I just remember thinking, oh, if I can just like fall asleep, it will be so much better. I'm so sorry for my nose. It will be so much better. Like I'll just be able to like sleep, and I'll wake up and I'll be like totally fine. And I was like, okay, like just go to bed. And I fell asleep at like 1:30ish, like 2 o'clock-ish maybe at the latest. And I woke up at like 3:30, I want to say. And I was like, I'm going to literally vomit all over my bed. I was like throwing up for like a solid 2 minutes in front of my roommate's face, who was literally still asleep. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, once I like stopped throwing up, I was like, okay, like you need to clean this up. It smells like shh. I was trying to do the best that I could do at like 3:30 in the morning, you know, and without turning the lights on to like wake my roommate up, because she had like an earlier class. And I was like dying still. I still felt like absolute crap. So I got up, took the trash out, like into the hallway, because I didn't want to go outside, because the actual trash can dump was outside. I didn't want to go outside because it was freezing, because this is like, it's April. And I like tried to get like tissues and like paper towels to like clean up the floor, you know, and I did the best that I could at 3:30 in the morning while being sick and in the dark. And I remember going like, I need to call my dad. Like, I think I should just call my dad and tell him that I'm like pretty sick. And I went to the bathroom so I didn't wake up any of my roommates. And was on the phone with him, and I was like, Dad, like I really feel like terrible. Like I'm just laying on the floor because it's so cold. I like tried to clean up the best that I could. I still am not feeling very good. And he was like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, do you want me to come get you? And I was like, no, like, I don't know. Like, you have to go to work. And he's like, okay, well, if you, like, really feel the need for me to come get you, you just let me know. And I was like, okay. And as I was about to say goodbye, I was literally over the toilet throwing up on the phone with my dad. I'm so sorry, Dad, if you're watching this, that you literally had to hear me throw up on the phone. But I'm going to use this Morphe Prep and Set. I think it's a continuing setting mist, yeah. Yeah, so that happened. And my dad was like, what did you eat? Like, do you think it was something you ate? And I was like, no, like, I just had like a strawberry milkshake with like a strawberry chocolate milkshake, which I will never have again because that tasted so bad coming up. Not kidding. So he was like, well, what do you want me to do? And I was like, no, like, I totally, like, I think I feel better. Like, I think I got it all out of my system. Like, I feel better. And he was like, okay, like, just let me know. I'll text you, like, when I get up to see how you're doing. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I think I washed my face because I just kind of felt, you know, and I was like, dang, like, I feel really hot. Like, I think I have a fever. But I was like, you know, just like try to go back to bed, just sleep. Like, you just need some sleep. And the instant that I hit my pillow, I immediately felt this like awful pain on my right side, like upper right side, wraps around my back. And I remember crying, literally trying to cry so quietly that my roommate wouldn't wake up. And I was crying, and I believe I sat there for like an hour. I think I called my dad at around 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, please come get me. I'm like crying on the phone. I was like, please, 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 please come get me. Like, this is so painful. I like need to go to the hospital. And he was like, okay, I'm on my way. I'll be there in like 15 minutes because we live like 20 minutes away, but keep in mind that it's like 5 o'clock in the morning and there's not a whole bunch of traffic on that highway here, and it is a highway. And my dad has like a heavy foot. So he's like on his way. I remember thinking that was the longest 15 minutes of my entire life. And I was like, I think I might like pass out if I literally try to go down the stairs and like pack some things, like some clothes, like a spare pair of underwear, like a sweatshirt, like my face wash, just like basic things that I like, because I thought like I would go to the hospital and I would go home, you know. So I was like just like trying to like get things together, and I was like, I need help. Like, I think I'm gonna like, I might pass out if I try to go down the stairs. Like, I just want to like have some help. And I remember thinking, who is gonna be up at 5 o'clock in the morning on my hall? And I'm like, I'll just text my friend that was helping me earlier and see if he's even awake. I highly doubt it. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. We were up until 1:30. I text him and he immediately texts back, and I was like, oh my God, the Lord is literally looking after me today. I will not die today. And he comes over, he's like helping me like pack just like a small bag, and my dad finally calls me. He's like, I'm down in the bus loop, just come down. And my friend walks me down to the car, puts me in the car, and he goes back. And I was like, thank you so much. I think I would have died if you didn't do that. And my dad starts driving me to the hospital. I'm still bawling my eyes out in his car. And he's like, are you sure this is not like salmonella? Like, what did you eat? Like, why is this pain happening? And I was like, I have no idea, but like, please hurry. And we were gonna go to the hospital that was by my house. It's literally down the street from my house. It's like a smaller hospital, so like you get in a lot quicker. I feel like they're more efficient. And we show up to the front door of this hospital, and there's a notice on it that says, sorry, we are closed. I literally started crying out of sadness now that I was not going to get help right away, and that we would have to drive to another hospital. So, vroom, 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 here we go back on the highway.
My mom's car. Broom, broom.
The same way we just came to go to Good Samaritan Hospital, which is like the big hospital near our house. And we get there, and I was in the waiting room for like 5 minutes, and they were like, come back. They like gave me a whole bunch of, they like drew my blood, gave me an IV, fluids, anti-nausea pills that like knocked me out like that. And I was out for a while. And when I woke up, my mom was there, not my dad. And they had switched, so my dad could quickly go into work and just tie up a bunch of loose ends and come back. So, and my mom had brought him breakfast and things like that. So, it was my mom, and the doctor came in and was like, you need to pee in this cup. And I was like, if I pee or stand up, I will literally pass out or vomit. But she was like, no, you need to pee in this cup. And so I make my way to the bathroom, where sure enough, I start to throw up again, which I have nothing in my system. So it's literally like my stomach contracting, you know, and that really gross bile stuff comes out. And I'm sitting there trying to pee and throwing up at the same time. I finally give them the specimen that they asked for and go back to the bed, and they give me more nausea medicine. and I pass out again. I'm asleep. And they come back and they're like, well, your urine sample looks like you have like a kidney infection. So we're going to give you some antibiotics through your IV and see how you do. And as they were about to discharge me, they were doing like their last discharge, like checkup, like blood pressure, things like that. They pressed on my stomach. And I was literally about to like punch this woman in the face for like palpating, if you know what that means, if you watch Grey's Anatomy. Palpating my stomach. I literally screamed at her and she was like, oh, wow, that's a lot of tenderness. Maybe we should get a CT. And I was like, okay. So we go to CT. Fun ride. The man who took me there was very sweet. And they were like, okay, well, we need to do this with contrast, which means like dye for your like insides. And they're like, it's gonna burn at first and then feel like really cool, and then it's gonna make you feel like you have to pee, but you're not gonna pee, I promise. And they put it in, and sure enough, it literally is like cooled your whole back, and then it's like sweat down your back. It's the weirdest thing. And sure enough, it makes you feel like you have to pee your pants. It is the most uncomfortable thing, and you're like, I think I just peed my pants. But you really didn't. But it's really embarrassing because you think that you peed your pants for like 2 minutes. Anyway, they get back and they're like, there's like a large stone in your appendix, so we're gonna need to take that out. We can have surgery at 8 o'clock tonight, which was like 4 hours away, and I was like, oh, please, just now. And so they're like, we're gonna move you up to a room, you know, get you comfortable. So they gave me up to a room, and you want to know the most tragic part of this whole story? Literally on 4/21, which was the next day, so this was a Friday, 4/20 was a Friday, on 4/21, I was supposed to leave for Mexico. So I had to cancel my trip to Mexico for a wedding. Very sad about that because, one, I am 18 and you know what that means, and two, my whole family was going to be there. So we canceled our trip to Mexico, and I'm sitting in my room. My parents are both there. It's like an hour before I have to leave for surgery. And my aunt and uncle, who I love to death, come to visit me. They give me flowers. They give me like, they talk to me. They're leaving for Mexico the next day, and I'm like, my uncle's like, I'll drink a tequila for you. And I was like, and that was sad. But they came to visit me, and I was like, oh, you're so sweet. But I remember them saying, wow, you look so pale and dead. And I was like, me all the time. So, I got to have surgery, woke up at like, I'll insert like a picture of me, it's really funny. I woke up at like 11, and I remember being like, I'm so hungry, but I was like, I can't eat, and so I just like slept the whole night. And I woke up, and hospitals actually don't have bad food. I don't know what it is, like, about people being, like, stigma about it, but, like, I called down, and they were like, what would you like? And I was like, can I just have, like, bacon, eggs, some fruit, and orange juice? And they were like, yes, of course. And they brought it straight to us. It was amazing. Don't know what people think, like, hospital food tastes like, but that was amazing. And they discharged me, and on the way home, there's a Dairy Queen, so my dad got me Dairy Queen. So that is my appendix story. Fun facts about me. That was like the most freak thing that's ever happened to me. I have had a lot of like weird things and strange and awful things happen to me, but that by far was the most strangest, the most painful, and the most out of the blue thing. So yeah, so this turned into a very, very long get ready with me, and I was planning to do like a take you with me thing, like to the sorority event, but this just got way too long. I don't know. This got so long that it's probably like 20 minutes long at this point. And if you even stuck with it to the end of the video, like, good for you, because I can't listen to me talk for like 20 minutes. I don't even know how I'm going to edit this video because that's going to be a lot of me talking. But I'm going to finish my pretzel. I'll insert a picture of what my outfit that I chose right here was. But yeah, I'm going to finish eating, work on some homework before I leave, and just like fix my hair. The bun kind of like fell out a bit, and I think I'm gonna put like a bandanas, but like you saw in the picture though. So yes, I really appreciate you guys watching this video to the end of the video if you even got that far. If you enjoyed any of the topics or want to comment on any of the topics, like, please do. I'd love to hear like your guys' input and just like other people's like inputs about some of the stuff that I talked about, or if like something like this has ever happened to you. So I really appreciate it, and I really love if you guys subscribed to my channel. If you're new, I would really appreciate it, and follow me along this YouTube journey of mine, and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed watching me get ready, like the longest time it takes for me to get ready. It normally takes me like 10 minutes. So I will see you guys in my next video. I have a lot of exciting things planned, so stay tuned for those, and I hope you guys have a great day.